what's up, everybody? This is Tom Taylor with South China Morning Post, SCMP Martial Arts, hanging out with the former featherweight champion, the former lightweight champion in one championship, a real legend of the game in one championship, I would say, Martin Nguyen. It's great to be chatting with you, man. Before we get into all the fun fighting stuff, how's life, man? How's the family? How's everything going for you?
Yeah, good man, good. What an intro, huh? Talk about hyping me up. No, life's been good. Life's been great. I can't complain. Family's been well. I've been away from them for the last 8 weeks, so can't wait to see him. But yeah, just here sacrificing everything I can and putting everything I can into this fight camp to put on a show for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, sacrifice is sort of the key word for you, right? Because you have to go away from your family for these prolonged periods, and I know that's tough for you. I mean, how do you deal with that?
Fortunately enough for me, I have a great support system. My wife, she steps up. She leads the family while I'm away, and I get to hang out with Angla and his family, and it kind of brings that family vibe. So I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to have people like Ang and my wife around, and yeah, you can hear the baby in the background. Let me close this door. Give me 1 second. One second.
Sure, man. Sure, sure.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah, yeah,
No,
I'm
no worries.
I'm I'm blessed to have people like Ang and that in my life.
Yeah, you sort of got a second family there in Florida now with Ong La, and I interview him all the time, and I'm always asking him about you. So now I'll ask you about him. I mean, he's got two back-to-back wins now, two really quick wins. Just as a friend of his, a training partner, what are your thoughts on the success he's had in the last two?
Everything that has happened to Ang in the last 8 weeks that I've been here, he's deserved it all. He's been in back-to-back camps. Plus, he's been over in the Philippines cornering our other brother Teal, and he came back straight away. Put a solid 4 or 5 weeks in. Just seeing his work ethic and how he carries himself, it's truly inspiring. So yeah, having that
Mhm.
around you, it kind of gives you that little bit of a momentum boost. And when you go into training the next day after you see him knock out Okami and then Gaval, man, you just want to man, hope for the best, and
Yeah, yeah.
run it along as well.
Definitely, man. It's so cool the way you guys have formed this friendship and sort of draw inspiration from each other. Now I know I know you don't do a ton of training with him just because you guys are different sizes, but I know from your Instagram you get some rounds in with Teal. I've seen Jason Jackson on there, Sean Soriano, a lot of the usual suspects. I saw that video of you guys tripping Jason Jackson. That was pretty funny.
Oh
Um,
man, we had to get him. We had to get him.
yeah,
He's like the
that
team.
was
He's
awesome.
a team clown, and he always brings good vibes. And as I said in in the description, when we train, and there's no stuffing around. But when we play afterwards and we have a laugh, we kind of have the good vibes hanging around. So yeah,
Yeah, a lot of intensity in that room, I would guess. So it's probably nice to get some laughs in sometimes too, right?
100%. You gotta break it up, man. Gotta love what you
Cool,
do,
cool.
man.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well said, man. Other than those people I just mentioned, is there anyone in particular you've been working with? Because I haven't even mentioned your opponent yet, Shamil Gasanov. He's a dangerous guy. I mean, who have you been working with to get ready for this one?
In particular, to get ready for a opponent like Shamil, we have some new Dagestani wrestlers, fighters, and just that type of pressure style wrestling and grappling. I've been working a lot with them, particularly Abdelaziz. He's a new guy that's just he can't find a fight in America because no one wants to fight him. So I've been working a lot with him, a lot with Nick Lentz, obviously Sean Soriano, just a lot of the high level grapplers and strikers and um, pressure style wrestlers. So
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, just getting me ready for. Obviously, we got a new coach, Saeed Sapirov as well. He's well known around the whole Russian circuit. So been working a lot with him closely. So um, just getting me ready for the moment. Obviously, my opponent grabs a hold of me. There's no panic mode. There's no anything there. It's just nothing new, from what's happening in
Mhm.
the gym.
Yeah, it sounds like a good camp. Let's talk a bit about Shamil then. I mean, there's a lot of hype on this guy. People seem pretty excited about him. Are you buying the hype? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm buying the hype. He's a good guy. Good fighter. Obviously, 13 and no. You can't fight 13 bums,
Mhm.
So good for him. Um, there was once upon a time another Russian fighter that I fought that was undefeated and riding a huge hype as well. So I kind of see like a high similarities in that.
hmm You mentioned his ground game. I mean, we all know that's what he's good at. He's got the great wrestling, the sambo background, the jiu-jitsu, and so on and so forth. But on the flip side, do you feel like he's ever fought anybody that has like the striking and the power that you have? I feel like this is a real level up for him in terms of the strikers he's fought.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really go past these last three fights. I've only watched the last three fights that were available, and obviously he's manhandled them and submitted them. And most recently, my last, sorry, that last opponent, Kim Jae Woong. So, but I don't know. Kim Jae Woong came in. I don't know. I don't know about that fight, but yeah, he came in and yeah, done his thing, choked him out, made it look easy, um, and yeah, just cracked the rankings, and I was the next guy. So
hmm it's an interesting matchup for a lot of reasons. You both have some obvious advantages. One that I would say is definitely in your corner, though, is experience. You don't have a ton more fights than him just in terms of the numbers, but you have a lot more big stage experience. Obviously, you've been around, won championship for a lot longer, won titles. Like, do you feel like this makes a difference? Is this going to be a factor in this fight?
I think that type of experience will play a factor, especially in the new Lumpini Stadium. We
hmm
all seen how loud that was last night, so that'll obviously play a factor as well. But the crowd doesn't fight for you, so you just got to know how to control your emotions in those type of scenarios. And yeah, I feel that this is a classic case of a mixed martial artist versus a grappler wrestler. So I think the fans will win in this case. You're either going to see me get submitted or dominate on the ground, or you're going to see this guy get completely KO'd and
hmm
go from there.
The fans always win when you're doing your thing in there, man. Win, lose, or draw, you always entertain. You mentioned Lumpini. As just a combat sports fan, this must be kind of a cool moment for you getting to fight in this world famous Muay Thai arena, right?
What a huge honor it is for me. Always hearing it like Lumpini champions, Lumpini fighter, Lumpini stadium, and you don't really get to. You just kind of take what everyone else has been talking about it, and to finally experience it for myself. I'm very excited. To even step foot and honored to even step foot in that stadium. So can't wait.
Mhm. Yeah, it's going to be very cool, man. No doubt. And one thing that everyone knows now, I found this out from Fabricio Andrade last night that they're using the cage or the ring rather in Lumpini. You're not going to be fighting in a cage. Do you feel like that benefits you more, Shamil more? Like, who does that favor that this is happening in a ring?
I think the ring favors the wrestler.
hmm
But in terms of that, like it kind of gives the guy defending the wrestling like more of a chance to sprawl or sprawl harder as well. I've already experienced what it felt like to fight in the ring against Masashima. It is scary when they lift you
hmm
above those ropes. You're like, oh, like you don't know what to do. But yeah, I've already experienced what it feels like in there, and um, environment wise, I feel like I have an advantage.
Yeah, definitely a lot of really crucial advantages for you in this one, I think. Now, I know you don't want to look too far ahead. You're the kind of guy that doesn't like to look too far down the road, but have you given any thought to what's next? Because, it's a really interesting time for this division. Gary Tonon's been calling you out. Like, did you hear that? Is that one that interests you for Denver, maybe?
Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just gonna take this fight one fight at a time. Um, I know this will probably be like the last fight of my contract, so we'll see what happens in there in this fight, and I'm just gonna take it as it goes and go from there.
Yeah, you mentioned the contract. Obviously, contract negotiations are complicated, and there's only so much you can disclose. But are you hoping to stick with one, like, and finish your career with? I mean, what's the move for you?
That's the idea, man. But I don't know what the future holds. I just gotta take it as it comes, and I'm grateful to be able to step foot in this the ring, the circle, represent my brand, and inspire a lot of people in that circle or on the one championship platform. So one step at a time, and we'll go from there.
Definitely. Well, I hope when the times come to negotiate that contract, they pay you what you're worth and keep you around because I love watching you in one certainly. Now, just speaking of matchups that are available for you, presuming you do stick around. I know you don't want to look past Shamil, but one fight that people did want to see was the rematch with Tan Lee. Didn't happen right away. He's since lost the title, but that was such a great fight, right? And people still
Definitely,
want to see that
definitely.
one. Is that one you're still kind of interested in running back, whether it's for the title or not?
Like since Tan has lost the title, I'd say maybe five out of 50% of my direct messages. When are you gonna fight Tan Lee again? When are you gonna fight Tan Lee again? and like obviously he's so high in the rankings, and I just come off a loss. It was just I just kind of like ignored those messages, but you're not you're not the only one talking about that match. And obviously we have the recent call out from Gary Tonin as well. So there's a lot of potential fights to happen in this featherweight division, and yeah, you just never know, bro. You just never know.
Hmm. Hmm. And I wanted to ask you, of course, about the champion Tenkai. I know you've spoken about it before. He won the title, quite a few months ago at this point. But what are your thoughts on this guy? Do you kind of forecast a long reign for him? Might the title change hands pretty quickly? What do you think of him?
Um, Tenkai is a great fighter. Very strategical, and the way he fought Tan Lee was, you couldn't put a fault to that. Like obviously, a lot of people would want more action, but he came to win, and that's the main thing that every fighter wants to do. Come in to win, and he done that right. In terms of how long he will reign, I don't know. There's three guys in that top five in the featherweight division. Two other guys are in the top five in the featherweight division that train at the same gym as him. Like
Hmm.
I don't know what the go is there. I don't know how they're gonna go around that. And I know Ilya Fremenov. If I had beaten Ilya, I knew for a fact that I was gonna get that title shot again. But obviously things didn't go my way. And yeah, I don't know if Ilya gets a title shot. I don't know if Tan Lee gets the rematch, which I think he deserves, or I don't know if yeah, who knows if Shamil beats me, he might get a title shot. If I beat Shamil, I might get a title shot. Like I don't know. So we're just gonna see what goes on.
Yeah, it's a super interesting time for this weight class. I mean, it feels like it always is. It's just such a good division. But you're still focused on the belt? Obviously, Shamil's the next goal, but long term, that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I would love to fight for the title again, and rightfully, hopefully get back what's mine. We'll go from there.
Mhm, mhm. Definitely. Well, you had such an iconic reign there. Now, I don't want to focus too much on the negative stuff, but of course, there have been a couple losses for you recently. I'm just wondering, like, as you gear up for this one, what is the headspace like for you? Are you feeling any pressure? Are you just kind of good to go?
Yeah, no, there's no pressure on my side. Obviously, the momentum is swinging on his side. He's coming off a win. I'm coming off a loss, but I didn't really care, man. As long as I go in there and I mentally and physically prepare well, I got no issues at all. And this whole camp, not to say that my last few camps have been crap or whatever, but yeah, I take the loss as a man, and I mentally prepare and I physically prepare well for this fight.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, recent results notwithstanding, you have a great opportunity to get back on track in about a month. How do you see this one going? What's the prediction for this one?
I feel I feel like he's gonna come out, obviously underestimate me, and try to stalk me down, and I do what I do best. I counter his strikes, and I knock him out.
Cool, man. That's a great prediction. I don't want to keep you from the Friday night fun with Angla and his family there, so we can wrap it up now. But before I let you go, any message for your fans and your supporters all over the world?
Yeah, man. Hopefully you all can make it to the Lumpini Stadium, and yeah, share the moment with me. Yeah, it's gonna be a great time.